Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to a new cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agbofwegbe. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. Minister of Defense Badiru Abubakar has ordered the troops of 17 Brigade Katsina to end the lingering security bedeviling Katsina State, and noting that President Bola Tinubu is ready to supply everything needed to eliminate insecurity. The minister gave the order while addressing journalists at the Katsina Zamfara State border town, Gurubin Bore, in the JBI local government area of the state, while addressing troops at the 17th Brigade. The defense minister was in the state to assess and receive briefings on the ongoing military onslaughts against banditry. President Bola Tinubu has extended his condolences to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Board, its staff, and the families affected by the recent helicopter crash off the coast of Bonny Finima in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. A statement released by Bayo Onanuga, special advisor to the president on information and strategy, says Tinubu expressed his deepest sympathies to the families of those lost, affirming his solidarity with the grieving parties. The Nigerian Guild of Editors, in partnership with Imo State Government and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, have organized a two-day workshop on developmental journalism for the southeast and southwest region of Nigeria. The workshop, held in Owerri, Imo State capital, brought together editors and journalists from across the country to discuss ways to promote developmental journalism and telling stories that are people-centered. Imo State correspondent Samarachi Ibe completes the report.
Gathered in this hall are media practitioners from various media organizations to discuss the role of the media in regional development. The theme of the workshop, "The Media as Partners in Regional Development," was chosen to reflect the need for journalists to focus on stories that promote social change and developmental projects in the southeast and south-south geopolitical zone of the country. Declaring the workshop open, the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodimma, represented by his deputy, Chinyere Komaru, expressed happiness to address the editors at the workshop, which he said aligned with his administration's commitment to regional renaissance for the sake of development. He observed that responsible journalism is the cornerstone of accountability and good governance.
Yes, your pens and your keyboards wield immense power, the power to inform, educate, and mobilize our people towards a shared vision of development. Responsible journalism is the cornerstone of transparency, accountability, and good governance.
President of the Guild of Editors, Eze Anaba, emphasized the important role of the media in regional development by drawing the attention of good government and relevant agencies to the plight of the people.
The stories we tell can shine light on solutions, foster collaborations across sectors, and empower citizens to take action. Our discussions today will focus on how we can strengthen the media's role in highlighting developmental issues, fostering accountability, and promoting inclusive growth. I encourage each of you to bring your insight, experiences, and creativity to the table.
Participants at the workshop says there is need for both donor agencies and development partners to look into the plight of the people living in the southeast and south-south geopolitical zone of the country, as well as other parts of the country.
If the top echelon of media practice, who are basically the editors and managers of the media in the southeast and south-south region, could tailor their news content to developmental journalism, issues that look on the people itself. Not just government has said this, government has said that.
At the end of the workshop, it is expected that participants will put into practice lessons learned in various media organizations to promote development in the two geopolitical zones. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for.
The Senate has approved 15% from the Consolidated Revenue Fund as source of funding for the newly created Zonal Development Commissions by member states. The approval followed consideration and adoption of the report of the Senate Committee on Special Duties on the bills establishing the commissions. Earlier, the lawmakers were divided over the source of funding for the newly created Zonal Development Commissions. The disagreement emerged during the clause-by-clause consideration of the South-South Development Commission Establishment Bill in 2024, which serves as the structural template for other zonal commissions. Sokoto State House of Assembly has endorsed the continuation of subsidized food supply and other commodities to the people of the state. The Assembly also reportedly approved that a commendation letter be written to the Governor Ahmed Aliyu for the bold step taken to ameliorate the plight of the people. The state government had recently procured and disbursed foodstuff to the people of the state at subsidized rates. The approval of the letter followed the motion of urgent public importance presented by Abubakar Shehu and seconded by Shehu Aliyu during the Assembly's plenary session. In continuation of his campaign tour across Ondo State ahead of the November 16 gubernatorial election, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has assured the people in Akoko Southeast local government area of his administration's determination to spread developmental projects across the state. The governor, who thanked the people for their warm reception and support, says Akoko Southeast local government area will feel the impact of his administration. Global Television's correspondent Kikelomo Okere now reports from Ondo State.
At the palace of Oba Akinyele Akinsuloye, Oyolola, the Oliswa of Iswa Akoko, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa says his administration has always prioritized inclusive governance and will continue to ensure that every part of the state feels represented. The governor assures the monarch that security remains a top priority on his administration agenda. Hence, he will ensure adequate equipping of security outfit with operational vehicles, especially the Amotekun Corps. He added that his administration is working closely.
We sincerely apologize for the glitch with that story by Kikelomo Okere. We'll bring it to you subsequently during our prime time news. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has paid a condolence visit to the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, over the recent loss of his daughter, Fatima Kyari. The caption read, the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, has paid a courtesy visit to the Group Chief Executive Officer of the nation's oil company over the recent death of his daughter. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has emphasized the critical role of digital literacy in tackling misinformation and promoting responsible media use. Idris spoke at the celebration of the National Global Media and Information Literacy Week 2024 in Abuja. The event themed New Digital Frontiers of Information, Media and Information Literacy for Public Interest Information, highlighted the transformative impact of the digital era where social media, generative AI, and online content creation have broadened access to information. Oyo State Road Maintenance Agency has assured residents of the state of even distribution of road rehabilitation as the agency continues to rehabilitate dilapidated roads across the state. The agency's chairman, Raphael Ogunlade, who gave the assurance in Ibadan, the state capital, while inspecting some ongoing rehabilitation projects, noted that there had been numerous concerns from residents in other zones regarding the ongoing road rehabilitation in the state. Responding to the inquiries, said Governor Seyi Makinde has assured the residents of Oyo State that his rehabilitation process is not only going to be done in Ibadan, but will definitely extend to other zones till the whole Oyo State is covered. The Federal High Court in Abuja has denied a request by River State government to stay proceedings in a suit seeking to halt the allocation of funds to 23 local government areas in the state. Presiding Judge Justice Joyce Abdul Malik dismissed the request after hearing arguments from the State Counsel Gordy Uche and the Plaintiffs' Counsel Joseph Daudu. The judge found the request to be unmeritorious and mischievous. The River State House of Assembly and its Speaker, Martin Name-Wule, had filed the suit urging the court to direct the Central Bank of Nigeria to withhold the state local government fund allocation. The factional national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Sly Ezeokwena Kwena, has commended the appointment of Bianca Dumegu Ojukwu as Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. Ezeokwena, who was elected national chairman of the All Progressives Congress Grand Alliance in 2023 following the completion of a two-term tenure by the former national chairman, Victor Oye, noted that the move by the president is audacious and laudable. President Bola Tinubu has started a reform of the livestock industry to increase its contribution to the nation's economy. This comes barely a day after the Ministry for Livestock Development's announcement. The president stated that the long-term neglect of the livestock sector had weighed heavily on the country's import bills, with milk and dairy products accounting for $1.2 billion to $1.5 billion. President Tinubu, who opened a two-day consultative workshop on livestock reforms at the State House Conference Center in Abuja, pledged government support in revamping and repositioning the sector to create employment and attract foreign direct investment. Benue State government has pledged to domesticate the Disability Act in the state. Secretary to the state government, Deborah Eba, gave this assurance when she received the executive director of the Inclusive Friends Association, Grace Jerry, and her team in her office. Eba acknowledged the importance of the act and commended the team for pursuing a worthy cause. The SSG noted that the bill, which had already been presented to the State Executive Council, would soon be reviewed to ensure its domestication. A member of the All Progressives Congress National Working Committee, Tolu Bankole, has praised President Bola Tinubu for appointing Dr. Nentawe Yilwada as the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction. Bankole, who serves as the ruling party's national leader responsible for attending to persons with disabilities, expressed his gratitude in a statement issued in Abuja. His commendation comes just 24 hours after the presidency had announced the appointment of the former APC governorship candidates in Plateau State. According to Bankole, the appointment reflects Yilwada's dedication and outstanding contributions to the welfare of vulnerable groups in society. You're watching News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Cycle returns, pensioners threaten protest as federal government force states owe 193 billion naira. Details of these and more stories for you, including foreign sports and business. Do stay with us. This is Global Television bringing you a live broadcast of News Cycle. Thank you for staying with us. Let's turn to business now. Nigerians have been advised to always make use of the services of licensed electrical personnel and electrical contractors to avoid electrical accidents and other related issues. This advice was given by Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu in an address he delivered at a two-day Electricity Supply Industry Safety Conference 2024, organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Safety Standards and Regulations in collaboration with the Association for Public Policy Analysis in Abuja. The minister, who was represented at the occasion by the Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Nigerian Electricity Management Services Agency and Chief Electrical Inspector of the Federation, Engineer Aliyu Tukur Tahiru, stated that the advice had become necessary in order to avoid frequent electrical accidents and associated hazards. Reports say the backlogs of pensions owed by the federal and state governments have increased to over 193 billion naira. Although several states such as Zamfara, Benue, Kaduna, Kano, Nasarawa and others have been clearing the backlogs, it is believed that the federal government had yet to clear over 88 billion naira in contributory pensions, while many states were burdened by pension backlogs estimated at over 105 billion naira. Spokesman for the National Union of Pensioners, Bumi Ogunkolade, speaking to Newsman, confirmed that the federal government had yet to clear 88 billion naira accrued rights under the contributory pension scheme from March 2023 to date. The scheme was introduced by the Pension Reform Act of 2004, and under the law, employees and employers jointly contribute to a retirement savings account for each worker, making pensions more sustainable. On the foreign scene, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has informed Russian President Vladimir Putin that his invasion of neighboring Ukraine breached the United Nations Charter and international law. As according to a readout of their meeting, the UN Secretary General met with Putin on the sidelines of the BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia, following a speech in which Guterres called for a just peace in Ukraine. He reiterated his position that the Russian invasion of Ukraine violated the United Nations Charter and international law. UN Chief's spokesman after their meeting, which had faced criticism from Kiev. Kamala Harris was crowned as the Democratic presidential nominee at a jubilant national convention in Chicago. For thousands of party faithful, she was the electoral savior, replacing an 81-year-old incumbent who seemed incapable of defeating Donald Trump and winning another term. However, even then, senior party strategists said they are worried Democrats are overconfident about her path to victory. Popular Chicago rapper Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Derrick Banks, is currently incarcerated at Broward County Jail, facing federal charges, including a murder for hire charge. His arrest was said to have been carried out by U.S. Marshals between late Thursday and early Friday. Lil Durk's arrest coincides with the indictment of 5 members of his Chicago-based crew, only the family who have been charged as co-conspirators in a Los Angeles murder-for-hire plot. It remains unclear whether Durk's custody is directly related to the ongoing investigation, while the timing has drawn significant attention. In sports, the Confederation of African Football is keeping all concerned in suspense after failing to announce its verdicts on Wednesday as regards the botched AFCON qualifying Group A fixture scheduled for October 15 at Benina Machaya Stadium. It appears the football body has yet to arrive at a decision, with Bein Sport revealing that the disciplinary committee entertained explanations from both parties on Wednesday via video conference, with Libya and Nigeria duly represented. CAF had previously decided to cancel the Libya-Nigeria match after the Nigerian national team left Libya in protest at the diversion of its flights to Labrak Airport, where they were locked for 18 hours with neither food nor water. Super Eagles defender Shehu Abdullahi has backed Shehu Diko to succeed as Director General, National Sports Commission. Abdullahi, who is currently serving a brief loan stint with Kano Pillars, made this observation following Wednesday's appointment of the former chairman of the league management company. The appointment, which was announced in a statement by the presidency after Wednesday's Federal Executive Council meeting, came as part of 8 far-reaching actions aimed at reinvigorating the administration's capacity for optimal efficiency. Notable among the changes in the ministerial reshuffle was the transfer of the functions of the Ministry of Sports Development to the National Sports Commission and the move of Senator John Owa Eno from the Ministry of Sports Development to the Ministry of State for Trade and Investment. And that's your news cycle, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV, channel 365, and Star Times 276. You can also find us on free-to-air right on NightComSat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using the handle at Global TVNG and other handles as you now see on your screen. I am Uyi Agmofwewe. Thank you so very much for watching. Coming up at top of the hour is Big Talk. Do stay with Global Television.